What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're going to talk about Electro and answer the question as to whether or not is this character worth purchasing, because unfortunately the only way that you can get this character is by buying a bio sub for $10. And then after that, if you want to level up the uniform, you either got to spend $40 for a mega uniform ticket, or you got to buy another bio sub in order to get bios to level the uniform up. So, I mean, you're looking at, $20 or even, $50 to take this character and pretty much max him out. So, I mean, it's a pretty little steep price tag for him. And I have to say, guys, he is a very, very strong character. And I actually think he does have some PvP potential. But really in PvE, he's actually quite strong. I don't know if he's going to be a top tier, but I can tell you guys, like in squad battle, he's godly. Like, the character just puts up insanity as far as scores in squad battle. And something that's nice about this character is the fact that you can actually use a CTP of Judgment on him, right? So you don't have to worry about a proc. It synergizes really well with this character. And the way that he plays is actually better off without a proc. Now, I'm going to show you guys, we're going to play with a proc, but honestly, he'd be way more optimal with a CTP of Judgment. Right now, he's got 46,000 energy attack with his leadership, which is awesome for him. His attack speed's at 130. I mean, guys, I got a really crap build just to show how strong this character is. His critical rate's at 50%. His critical damage is only at 140, and his ignore defense is at 46%. He has a terrible build, right? It's not good at all. His dodge is at 45%, which doesn't really matter, just adds to his survivability. And then he has max skill cooldown, right? And he doesn't have any Urus, guys. We got the bare minimum build. And I mean, his Awaken skills, it's got a nice little damage proc on it. And the beautiful thing about this thing is, one, it has all that lightning resistance down, which is godly, especially for regular world boss. But against World Boss Legend, having this extra damage proc, it's nice icing on the cake along with that ignore dodge. That's really cool. And then he's got guaranteed dodge rate, which helps his survivability. His 1, no big deal. The 2 gives him a guard, a little extra survivability maybe for something like Shadowland, but in World Boss, not really so much. And then the 3rd, he has this unique ability where, 1, he gets a huge heal. This 35% recovery, and it happens at the very beginning of skill, is amazing. Like, you can cancel this thing, you get the heal, and you get this a wild accumulation that's based on how much movement you do. And his fifth skill does an insane amount of movement. So after you do this skill and you hit the fifth skill, you're going to build up this accumulation. I'm not really sure exactly how much you got to move to max out the accumulation, but all I know is you want to really let that fifth skill run out while the proc is engaged, so you can do the most damage, and then throw in the 4 every once in a while afterwards. Because, guys, and this is why I tell you that it's optimal to have a CTP of Judgment. With a CTP of Judgment, you're going to get all the proc on the 5th skill along with this 4th skill. You're going to do more damage, right? On top of getting an extra training damage, you're going to synergize with all that pierce that you might have on your account. But with a proc, right, you're just going to go 3-5 and put the proc on the 5, and you're just going to do the 4th skill afterwards. When you see how much damage he does with his 4th skill without a proc even being engaged, you're going to think to yourself, damn, man, with CTP of Judgment, he'd be pretty nutty, right? And he has a nice little extra 30% damage proc on the 4th skill, right? Plus he has penetration. This is one of the reasons he might be good for PvP, but the 5th skill gives him ignore iframe. And this is like, he goes into an iframe, comes out of it, goes into it. I mean, this is a pretty powerful skill, and I almost guarantee in AC he's going to be clapping like crazy. Not sure how good he's going to be in like actual timeline. Let me know in the comments if you guys would like to see PvP run with him. But his passive, increased lightning damage, is great. The increased basic damage to superheroes and decreased damage to superheroes is also great for PvP. That also applies to all allies. And then his leadership is awesome for himself and any Sinister 6 ally, which really we don't have a lot of. But his rotation is honestly very, very simple. Because you can cancel the Awaken skill immediately, you can literally hit your 3rd skill for your accumulation, hit your Awaken skill, and then hit your 5. Put the proc on the 5, let the 5 play out while your proc is engaged, and then go into the 4 afterwards, unless the proc is fully finished. Because of the length of the cooldowns on his skills, sometimes you'll go 3-5 and then let it play out and go into the 4 if you want. And then sometimes you'll just go into 3-5 afterwards. And it's going to be about 4 seconds before you can use the 4th skill again. So sometimes you might be skipping the 4th skill every once in a while. Although if I was playing with a CTP of Judgment, I'd probably change the way I do things a little bit. I mean, guys, he's got a stage 6 power of Angry Hawk set. This guy's got a bare minimum build, no artifact, and a lightning damage with 140% damage proc. Like, This is nothing for him. He has a normal ranked uniform, and the reason being is because I don't have any bios for him. And he decreases base damage received by 25%, helping his survivability along with that 35% HP heal. And then the increased damage to dealt to targets with shock effect by 90%, excluding bosses that ignore enemies' damage decrease, is actually really, really good, right? So let me show you guys what he can do in World Boss, at least against Null, right? Now we're just going to go against stage 19. We're going to use humans because we don't have a very good build at all, but he can go much higher than this, especially when you see how much damage he can actually do. Now I'm just going to be using Taskmaster. White Fox isn't going to offer him anything because her passive or her uniform effect only applies to hero allies, which this guy is not. All we're getting is a CTP of Insight, and that is, we're not getting the ignore dodge. The only ignore dodge we're going to have is the 70% ignore dodge from his awakened skill, and that's it, guys. He's not going to have any more dodge from his strikers, nothing like that. All right, we're going to do that again because I was not happy with that run at all. It ended up being a pretty crappy run, so we're going to try that again. I mean, he's pretty easy to keep procs where they belong, but sometimes mistakes do happen, and literally 3 awakened skill, 5 gets it done, and I didn't use my 4 because sometimes when you use the 4 skill, if you do it too early, like, you will lose out on damage, and sometimes you'll do a little bit more. But that 4 skill, like, even when the proc comes, like, even when the proc isn't on the 4 skill, like right now, well, we got kicked back there, that kind of sucked. Even when the proc isn't on the 4 skill, it will do some really, really good damage. Now, we'll probably end up triggering the proc. Yeah, we triggered the proc early from the 4 skill. I shouldn't have used that 4 skill just now. That kind of screwed me a little bit, but it's not a big deal, right? We'll come up here. We'll hit our 3-5. I mean, sometimes mistakes happen. It's not a big deal. I could hit the 4 skill, but I'm kind of worried that my proc's going to trigger again. And something that is really, really awesome about Electro is that whenever he's doing his 5th skill, like, he really does avoid a lot of attacks because he has these partial iframes, which is nice. I mean, that is sweet. I mean, you literally can actually just go 3-5, 3-5 if you want for your rotation. I mean, honestly, guys, this was a good run, right? Almost a minute 30 with this build, stage 19. Now, that's pretty damn awesome. Now, this is pretty cool. So, because he has ignore iframe on that 5th skill, we're actually going to be hitting Null with all these attacks, right? Okay, so I'm trying to get out of the way here. I'm trying to get out of the way. All right, we got a little bit of lag thanks to being on an emulator. Woo, watch out, watch out, watch out. Okay, I'm going to wait for my awakened skill. There we go, perfect. Okay, we're going to watch out here. Get over here. Oh, yeah, come on, come on, come on. We got to push him into the next phase. We got to push him in the next phase. Perfect. This is a pretty good run. Not too bad at all. And remember the build that's on this character, right? He's got a crappy build, guys. It's not like it's good. I mean, no Urus and 140% proc is, I mean, this is nothing to scuff at as far as damage. Now, I'm just going to do my 3-5 here. I'm going to go ahead and hit that 4. I probably should have attacked right there, but that's all right. So because we have ignore iframe on the 5th skill, we're actually going to be able to attack Null right here. I'm kind of waiting for my awaken skill. Right? And we hit our 5th skill and we get all this damage, which is awesome, guys. And we just took that shot, by the way. We just took that shot. All right, we're going to run up here. Okay, get out of there. I mean, he's doing really good. I mean, honestly, this is very impressive. The amount of damage that this character is putting out. Like, this is really, really good. Right? I'm going to go ahead and use my Awakened Skill and try to take him out here. Because we can tank this purple attack. All right. Come on over here, buddy. All right, so we just had a crash, guys, so that's why the screen's froze up right now. But as you guys can see, man, he can easily do stage 19 with the build that I currently have. I mean, it's honestly pretty damn impressive. I don't know about top tier PvE, but man, this is pretty crazy to do that kind of damage with this kind of build and not even having an optimal obelisk on him. He would do a lot more damage if I had a CTP of Judgment on him. So I gotta say, I think for a lot of players out there, he's going to be worth the price, right? Because he's actually a good character. He's actually solid. I mean, he's going to be really great in AC, might be decent in timeline, we'll see, but he's awesome in PvE, very, very strong, going to be #1 for squad battles. So if you put stock in any of those things, then he'll probably be worth it for you. So let me know what y'all think about Electro, and I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT+7 time. The link is in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.